jack it up. high. Feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move.
And good evening on what is a perfect night for football. The floodlights shining down on the players as we speak. My name is Derek Ray, and my commentary partner, as usual, is Stuart Robson. And we have live action from the Bundesliga coming right up. It is Bayern Munich up against Eintracht Frankfurt.
Well, Derek, we can talk about coaches and their methods, but it's now down to the players. Which ones are going to stand out, who will affect the game, and who will have the greater desire? It should be a cracking game, though.
Here's the initial 11 for Bayern. Manuel Neuer begins in goal. Benjamin Pavard plays with Alphonso Davies in the fullback positions. Serge Gnabry starts with Kingsley Coman in the wide positions. And the tactical configuration has...
What a great chance this is, Derek.
Well, to think he only had the keeper to beat. Couldn't take the opportunity. Well, Bayern Munich have possession again. Oh, he's through here. Really sound defending. Let's see about the delivery. Punching it clear. Well, he couldn't quite keep it on target. Just wide. But he is a true attacking talent and very hard to pin down if you're an opposing defender. I'm talking about Kingsley Coman. Stuart, what do you think we might see from him in this match?
Well, Derek, when he's on form, when he's focused, he's a brilliant runner with the ball. He can take on players, he can go past people with ease, and he's got a great shot on him as well. I'm really looking forward to watching him play today.
Poor attempt at a pass, really. Well, he's thwarted him almost effortlessly. Good-looking ball. There could be a chance now. And choosing finesse, he might be wishing he hadn't.
Well, it's good vision, but not the skill to match, I'm afraid.
Lammers. Kostic. And players waiting in the centre. Played towards the near post. Well, the clearance half-hearted. Now, let's see what they can do here. And he's in. And the first goal, always important. Lewandowski has bagged it. And back underway. 1-0 it is. opportunity to deliver the cross. Good pressure to win the ball back high up the pitch. Well, visionary passing. And a goal! A quick one too! And they've turned this game on its head. So 2-0 now. Able to skip past his man. And ready for it is Leroy Sané. Not quite the clearance they were hoping for. Well, it came to nothing in the end. And possibilities here. Top-class defending. Well, possession ceded. He's in here. Keeper getting the touch. Finally gathered by the keeper.
Well, that's a really good recovery. He had to be smart there.
Inching towards the interval, and it's going with home advantage. Stuart, as always, very keen to get your take.
Well, from an attacking point of view...
And the ball is loose. Well, full marks to him for that header, but the goalkeeper did his job. It will be a Bayern corner. Trying to pick out a teammate. Well, they haven't overcome all the difficulties. And problem solved for now. Excellent vision. It should be. Oh, that is a majestic goal. Volleyed home with precision and style. And the ball is moving again. Bayern Munich in front, but there might still be a few twists and turns before this match is over. Joshua Kimmich. A fine reading of the situation. Well, a very influential performance in the first half from Kingsley Coman. What did you make of it?
Yes, he'll be pleased with his first half display. His movement was good, as was his passing, and of course he took his goal well. Just needs to continue that form into the second half.
Back underway, 3-1 the score. And Bayern moving the ball with purpose. Tremendous ball played through. My goodness, the importance of getting there was not lost on the keeper.
Well, there it is. Bayern just haven't had as much of the ball, but their counter-attacking has been really good, particularly in the wide areas. It's been an excellent performance from them so far.
Giving it a try, and that's the hat-trick! Tearing apart this defence time and again. They simply can't handle him. Well, underway again, and I don't think it's overstating things to say that Bayern appear to be out of sight. Daichi Kamada. Not all that hard to deal with crosses like that. And intercepting it. Could be a chance to break here. Well, not to be in terms of the counter-attack. 20 minutes remaining. Possession lost. The pass could do damage. Well, getting in the way. Superb save. Can he deliver it with accuracy? Not away completely. Well, that's the end of that for now. And Bayern doing well to win it back. Well, nearing the end of this contest and Bayern in cruise control, Stuart.
Well, what can you say about this performance? They've been absolutely brilliant. They've played...
Oh, Stuart, a chance! He's gone and found the net! Brilliant piece of finishing! Magnificent goal! So the current scoreline, 4-2. And attempting the through ball. And the keeper had plenty to think about with bodies around him. Sané. Well, far from the ideal pass, you've got to say. And so into the final 5 minutes. Crossing possibilities. No spillage from the goalkeeper. Routine. Could pull one back here. And he thwarted the attack with a masterful tackle. And deciding to go short with this one. Element of risk there, but he's won the ball. And that will be all for this game anyway, and defeat.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and say this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
And good evening on what is a perfect night for football. The floodlights shining down on the players as we speak. My name is Derek Ray, and sitting alongside me, ready to provide all the analysis, is Stuart Robson. And very much looking forward to bringing you live action from the Bundesliga in a matter of moments. It is Bayern Munich up against Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Well, thanks, Derek. The best coach I played under would always tell us before kick-off, earn the right to play. If you can win your individual battles, outrun your opponent, eventually you'll get the space to show your ability. I'm sure that's being echoed by the coaches here today.
Applying vigorous pressure. Here's the initial 11 for Bayern. Manuel Neuer begins in goal. Benjamin Pavard plays with Alphonso Davies in the fullback positions. Serge Gnabry starts with Kingsley Coman in the wide positions. And the story in attack is one of a strike partnership. Well, spot on with that challenge. A sloppy pass. For attacking possibilities. They've lost it. It did look on for them, but not to be. Gnabry. Goretzka. Could go ahead. And there it is. The opening goal. 1-0, and they'll feel they deserve it. We're back underway, and 1-0 it is. Let's see what happens next. Kone with it. Plenty of forward momentum here, but can they produce? And credit is due for that good piece of defending. In with a chance. Tries to lift it. Oh, how about that for a chip? Savour it. Pure brilliance. Well, a second goal for them here. He's thwarted him almost effortlessly. Sané. Oh, that pass easy on the eye. Credit to them for winning back possession. Oh, he's really opened them up here. Well, sometimes they come off for you, sometimes they don't, Stuart.
Well, he didn't get the technique right there, and as a result, he mistimes the contact on the ball. Well, as you can see, Bayern have had much less of the ball, but they've certainly shown an ability to counter-attack when they win it.
Gives it a go. Just can't get it past him. Well, quite simply not precise enough from that position. A move of promise on the flank. Stindl. Hoffmann. He'll be delighted to have won the ball, having made that difficult challenge. Pass from Coman might be productive. And the goalkeeper expertly anticipated that through ball. A creative look about this. Stindl. Now potential danger. That really would have changed the equation had it gone in, Stuart.
Well, he needed to score there. That may just have given them some hope.
Well, they couldn't keep possession. That's an effective cross aimed at the back post. He's gone and found the net! Brilliant piece of finishing! Magnificent goal! Well, back underway as we reflect on the goal that's made it 2-1. He's got to score! Oh, tremendous goal! Technical excellence to finish that one off. Plenty to consider based on what we've seen so far as the second half begins. You can't really tackle like that and expect to get away with it. Booking to come, you would think. Well, he was in the right place to intercept. And Kone has it. Hoffman. And now it's with Embolo. Read it superbly to take back possession. And breaking at pace with menace. And it looked like open road for them, but up a dead end. Stindl. Hoffman. Oh, a lovely ball. Oh, that's sizzling from Neuer in goal. Well, they've won the ball back quickly. Hoffman. Sané. A free kick decision going the way of Bayern. Chances on. In it goes! A three-goal cushion, and you truly sense it's a matter of how many. Well, not too much defending going on in the grand scheme of things. 4-1. Really getting stuck in. Oh, that's top-notch goalkeeping, you've got to say. Lewandowski. That is tackling of the highest order. Could be a chance to break here. And the cross into the middle. Well, not to be in terms of the counter-attack. Gnabry. Just the challenge that was required. Into the final 20 minutes. Zakaria. Well, it could be on for him here. Off the post and back in play. Hoffman. Oh, lovely incisive pass. Oh, yes! It's gone in! And now a chance for them to revel in the moment. So the current scoreline, 4-2. Zakaria. Hoffman. Now, counter-attacking possibilities here. Well, it petered out. Hoffman. Good visualisation and execution. Well, nothing productive, really. Leon Goretzka. Coman. Lewandowski. Really classy goalkeeping, but the offside flag has gone up and it grinds to a halt. Great effort to keep that one in play. Kone. Showing good defensive judgment. This might be the perfect counter-attacking opportunity. Well, the electronic board showing one additional minute. Can he put it away? And effectively parried away by the keeper. And that is going to be that. Well,
cracking.
And the match begins. And the starting 11 for Eintracht Frankfurt. Kevin Trapp gets the nod in goal. Martin Hinteregger plays with Makoto Hasebe in central defence. And the story in attack is one of a strike partnership. A very good tackle. Space and time for the cross. And that's easy peasy for the keeper. And here's how it looks for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Jan Sommer is the goalkeeper. Nico Elvedi plays alongside Matthias Ginter in central defence. And as for the attack, well, it has a bold look about it with 3 forwards listed from the beginning. And he's through here. In it goes! An early goal. No wonder they're celebrating. So the ball rolling again with the scoreline standing at 1-0. Super tackle and they've won possession. Oh, a lovely ball. Now, will they do it from here? They just couldn't stay in front. And now this match is all square. So back underway. 1 goal apiece here. Not high quality defending. He's thwarted him almost effortlessly. Hoffmann. Can he put them in front? Yes is the emphatic answer. And you have to say it was on the cards. Well, 2-1 it is here. Toure. And he's taken it away. Very quick thinking there. And Kone has it. Giving the ball away. Beautifully disguised ball. Could level it, and that is defending of the highest order. And room now out on the flank. And space to cross it. And there to intervene. And space here on the flank. Cross blocked. Hoffmann, a room to roam on the wing. And crossing towards the far post. Well, pretty straightforward for the keeper, you've got to say. So nearly at half-time, and the home side trailing, albeit not by much. Stuart, your thoughts up to this point?
Well, it's been a good game, but they've been second best in a couple of key areas. That needs to change in the second half, otherwise it's going to be a disappointing result for them.
Stindl. Oh, surely. And a goal! They've added to their lead. Much needed security. So on with the action, and 3-1 the scoreline at the moment. Just knocking it around, looking to carve out a chance. Lammers. So. The first half. The teams are ready to have a go at each other again as the second half commences. Kostic. Sam Lammers. Beautifully weighted ball. Keeper did his job to begin with. Just couldn't get it through. And in at the second time of asking, but the goalkeeper badly at fault. Underway again, and we're being treated to plenty of goals. 3-2 at the moment. The cross is on. Dicing with a bit of danger here. I think you've got to conclude that was good refereeing. A free kick in the end after initially playing advantage, but it just wasn't there. And dispossessed. Stindl, real chance. Oh, tremendous goal! Finessing it into the back of the net. Take a bow.
Well, those stats confirm it. Frankfurt have enjoyed the majority of possession, but they've shown a real lack of creativity today. They need to be far more inventive in the final third if they're to turn things round here.
Superb block. Can he get one back? Pivotal moment defensively. Electing to cross into the centre. Not fantastic defending. Let's see if it helps the opposition. This might be the perfect counter-attacking opportunity. Hoffman has a go. Oh, the crossbar is still reverb. Off the post and back in play. Deflected behind. Corner forthcoming. The clearance wasn't decisive. He takes aim. And that's fantastic goalkeeping to get across and deal with the danger. Keen to take it short here. And Kone has it. "20 minutes remaining. They're getting right on top of their opponents and winning it back. Great challenge, he got nothing but ball. Looking confident with the ball at his feet. Great opportunity. Oh, terrific save.
Well, you're absolutely right. That's a top-class save. Just look how he reacts.
Well, not cleared away completely. It certainly wasn't a clean tackle, and the referee has got to book him, I think. Stindl. Well, he'll be irked with himself. Ran into an offside position. And attempting the through ball. Well, it didn't happen for them in attack. Breel Embolo. It has to be. And denied by the post. Sam Lammers. It might be on for them. Played into the box. And a goal to tighten things up. They've thrown themselves a lifeline. Well, how about this? 4-3. And a clear foul, but the referee letting the play flow. They are making headway, but really they need a goal with time not on their side. And the counter looks on here, options available. Cutting the ball back. A goal here, giving his team precisely what... Well, there goes the final whistle, and it's on. on what is an ideal night for football, you've got to say. My name is Derek Ray, excited to be bringing you match commentary, and alongside me, my broadcasting partner, Stuart Robson. And we have live action from the Bundesliga coming right up. It is Bayern Munich facing Eintracht Frankfurt.
Thanks, Derek, as always. This should be a good game. Great atmosphere inside the stadium. We've got two teams full of quality, some interesting matchups, and two coaches that want to play an attractive brand of football. What more could you ask for?
And so the starting 11 for Bayern. Manuel Neuer.
Derek, what a great opportunity.
Brilliant save. Foul there. Free kick awarded. Boré. They do pass the ball with authority. Well, if you give Kingsley Coman a bit of running room, he can do untold damage. Stuart, interested to know what you think we should look forward to seeing from him today.
Well, Derek, we know he loves linking up with other players, but it's when he's in and around the penalty area, that's when he's at his most dangerous, when he plays little 1-2s around his marker and then plays the next forward pass into a runner. He could be the key to unlocking this defence.
And Bayern couldn't hang on to the ball. Must be! And a goal! That will do it! They've been pushing for it, and now they've been rewarded. So the ball rolling again, with the scoreline standing at 1-0. Well, he could really get at the opposition, but they took care of the situation defensively. Oh, fancy footwork. Will it be? In it goes! 2 goals in rapid-fire fashion, and looking very comfortable here. So 2-0 now. Throw-ins given. Getting the ball forward, but really sticking to their task defensively. Well, the threat was very real. Marvellous defending. A mischievous effort. Well, what can we say? All's well that ends well.
Well, he's just about recovered the situation. That could have been very embarrassing.
Kamada. A really sumptuous ball. Now, will they do it from here? Well, the keeper performing brilliantly.
Well, that's just incredible. He reacted so quickly there.
Not away completely. Oh, what's he gone and done? Tenacious tackling. Excellent defending there. There's a slide rule pass. He just needs to stay level-headed now. Not out of the woods yet. Well, not great on the accuracy front. Goal kick here.
Well, Frankfurt have certainly controlled the flow of the game, as those stats confirm, and have used it really well today, particularly in the midfield areas. And I expect more of the same as the game goes on.
Opportunity! Well, he was in the right place to intercept. Going about his defensive business with a minimum of fuss. Having won the ball back, they might be able to profit. The free kick decision going the way of Bayern. He read the situation defensively and did his job. A chance then for the respective manager. So into the second half, and Bayern left with a real mountain to climb after what happened in the first 45. Omar Richards. This is Robert Lewandowski. Giving the ball away. Now can they counter clinically? They need to get bodies back. Well, it looked so promising, but a goal kicked the outcome. Effective challenge. Kamada. It's with Almami Toure. Gives it a go. And denied by the keeper. Impressive. And he's fired over the corner. Not the result from the set piece they were looking for. Boré. Crossing possibilities. And the problem not completely solved. And problem solved for now. This might be ideal for the counter. Well, it petered out. He might be able to profit from the wide position. That's high-level goalkeeping.
Well, that's a fantastic save. He's such a good keeper.
Who's going to get on the end of it?
Well, they haven't seen too many chances, but the crowd sensing this could be a turning point. They need a goal here.
That's what you call defending from the front. Possibilities here. Superb block. Oh, a nearly moment, but not quite good enough.
Well, you certainly can't fault them for effort. They keep applying the pressure, and if they can just nick one, they're right back in this.
Rafael Santos Boré. A really single-minded piece of defending to make sure nothing untoward happened. Coman. An alert piece of defending. Gibrilso. Looking confident with the ball at his feet. But a good piece of defending to bring it to an end. Leroy Sané. Definitely look as though they want to make this move count. Robert Lewandowski in the middle. Could pull one back here. And the keeper did magnificently.
Well, that's just a wonderful save. How did he stop that?
And over it comes. Well, threat averted. Pressing high to win the ball. Well, marginally wide. So close. Sam Lammers. Gibrilso. Well, he's given us away. Just 10 minutes remaining here. Sané. And an astute piece of defending. Now, counter-attacking possibilities here. Well, didn't seem to be too much in that offside decision. And would be a bit annoyed to have lost the ball. Gibrilso. And since they have the ball, the referee playing advantage here. Really good high press. Over the touchline for a throw-in. Could be troublesome. Well, he went strongly into the challenge, and the result is a throw-in. Oh, moving it nicely. Can he find the angle? It'll be a corner. Elects to go short. Oh, he's given us away inexplicably. And there it is, the final whistle. Disappointment. And good evening on what is a perfect night for football. The floodlights shining down on the players as we speak. I'm Derek Ray in the commentary position, and alongside me is the former Arsenal and West Ham midfield player Stuart Robson. And looking forward to bringing you action from the Bundesliga. It is Bayern Munich up against Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Thanks, Derek. Well, both managers will be reminding their players of starting the game quickly, pinning the opposition back, playing the ball forward and regaining possession as quickly as possible. Hopefully we get a really good game here.
Gnabry. Well, the keeper has outdone himself. Wonderful save. Here's the initial 11 for Bayern. Manuel Neuer begins in goal. Benjamin Pavard plays with Alphonso Davies in the fullback positions.
Hold on, Derek. Chance here.
And a goal to open the scoring. A very bright start to this one. Back underway, and 1-0 it is. Let's see what happens next. And that's an important intervention. Can they trouble the opposition this time? And a tidy challenge. Nicely cut out. Could be dangerous. Able to skip past his man. And excellent goalkeeping.
Well, it is good goalkeeping, but the finish wasn't really good enough, was it?
Coman. But they took care of the situation defensively. Breel Embolo. Oh, good vision. Oh, not to be. That would have put them well on their way, Stuart.
Well, that could prove to be a big miss. Surely has to score there.
Given away by Bayern Munich. And the emphasis is on creativity. A glorious chance. And a goal it is. But offside is the verdict.
Well, it's a good finish, but he was just offside. Great decision by the assistant.
Coman. Well, they have it again. And Lewandowski moving through the gears. Is it going to be? And a timely intervention. Breel Embolo. Well, he's been forced out of play this time. Kone with it. He succeeds in clearing it. And now passing it through. And just narrowly wide.
Well, it's a good effort from that range, but I think the keeper had it covered.
And he did well to cut it out. That's how to blunt the edge of the opposing attack. And Kone has it. Stindl. Well, the attacking options appear plentiful. Can he put it in? Oh, a stellar piece of defending. Coman. And so it is, the first half story. So back in business here, and the challenge has been thrown down to Bayern Munich. Can they turn this match on its head? The attack continues, they're making considerable progress. Cuts it back. And a goal! They're going to take some stopping now. 2 in front here. So 2-0 now. And sadly, quite a bit off target in the end. Oh, far from the idea. Oh, big chance! Teammate in support. Interception to snuff out the danger.
Well, the stats don't lie. Gladbach have had a lot of possession. Yes, they've played well when going forward, but it's been their ability to regain the ball which has made them so hard to play against here, and it makes them such a good team. It's been a brilliant performance so far.
The concession of a corner here. Well, it looked highly promising, but they got nothing out of it. Racing forward, trying to catch them out. Lewandowski. So following the deflection, a corner kick coming up here.
Well, could this be the turning?
It's not a particularly good corner there. In by Kimmich. Not the best clearance. Well, nothing comes of it. And a chance for him on the flank. And space to cross it. Is this the moment? Absolutely spot on with that challenge. Well, let's see what they have in store for them on the break. Such an important goalkeeping intervention under pressure. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that pass. Coman. Well, that's how to beat your opponent. And this might not be the ideal situation for them. Well, he could run onto it here. And darting through. He's gone and found the net! Brilliant piece of finishing! Magnificent goal! Is this going to be a thrashing? 3-0 now. Well-timed tackle. Read it superbly to take back possession. 10 minutes to go then. Lars Stindl. Stindl. A goal! An exceptional performance this. 4 to the good now. The ball rolling again in what has been an utterly one-sided match. And he's taken it away. Oh, burying them beneath an avalanche of goals. No let up here. It's a massive lead, and it's very hard to imagine them losing it now. Can he convert? And using his body to good effect. And so the referee blows for full time. And
I feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me.
And hello to you from the metropolis on the River Main, the city of Frankfurt. We're at the Deutsche Bank Park. I'm Derek Ray, and keeping me company here on the commentary gantry is Stuart Robson. And the focus is on the Bundesliga. Live action coming up. It's Eintracht Frankfurt up against Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Well,
A real opening now. Well, I think fair to say, Stuart, not one for his personal scrapbook.
Well, that's really wayward. His technique completely let him down there.
Embolo. Well, not hard to read that pass. And the starting 11 for Eintracht Frankfurt. Kevin Trapp gets the nod in goal. Martin Hinteregger plays with Makoto Hasebe in central defence. And the story in attack is one of a strike partnership. And here's how it looks for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Jan Sommer is the goalkeeper. Matthias Ginter plays with Nico Elvedi in central defence. And as for the attack, well, it has a bold look about it with 3 forwards listed from the beginning. A good idea, but overcooked. Options in the middle. He read the situation defensively and did his job. He's found a pocket of space. Can he do it? And he's missed the opportunity to net the opening goal.
Well, it should be 1-0, Derek. You can see how frustrated he is with himself.
Rafael Santos Borré. A very good tackle. Getting in there to take it away. Must take the lead here. And they have. You've got to say, it has been coming. So underway again here. 1-0 the score. Can they create something from here? But nothing comes of it. Good-looking ball. There could be a chance now. Well, it didn't happen for them in attack. Could be troublesome. And now it's with Embolo. Plays it back. Struggling to keep the ball.
Well, Frankfurt haven't had that much of the ball so far, but they've certainly shown an ability to counter-attack when they win it back. I expect more of the same. I think it's been a really good performance from them so far.
A real struggle to contain him. Hoffmann. Laid into the box. Oh, my goodness! He's caught that so well! A goal of the highest class. Fantastic technique. So in business once more, on the back of that very important equaliser. 1-1. Could play it in. He's got to score! Nicely blocked. Lammers. So. Sam Lammers. Well, they might be onto something. Such an important goalkeeping intervention under pressure. And with that, the first half draws to a close. The teams are ready to have a go at each other again as the second half commences. Nico Elvedi. Well, he likes to run at them. Just couldn't capitalise there. Bodies forward and the break looks on. And there to intervene. Well, a lot to like about what Lars Stindl put into the first half. What did you make of his performance?
Well, he's certainly got his team back into this game with that goal. because up to that point, they hadn't played particularly well. I think he's had a decent first half, but he'll be looking to build on his goal in the second 45.
Hoffman. Can they forge ahead? Well, they would have done had it not been for the keeper.
Well, they should be ahead now. Yes, it was a good save, Derek, but he should score from there.
And the keeper's hand does the trick. Did well to win the ball back. 30 minutes to go then. And the counter looks on here. Options available. But it fizzles out thanks to that piece of defending. Hoffman. Not the best challenge. Free kick. Tremendously strong in the tackle. Toure. Kostic has it. And it's in! They're back in front! Stunning scenes here! So on with the match. 2-1 is the scoreline. What's going to happen next? And it might be. No degree of difficulty at all for the keeper. Kone. Gibril So, moving the ball forward with purpose. Opportunity here. Big chance it is. There it is. 2 to the good now, and that gives them a buffer. So on with the action, and 3-1 the scoreline at the moment. Well, he's got plenty of space on the flank here. Lars Stindl. And an astute piece of defending. Potential danger. Not a fantastic... And it's in! They've eaten into their advantage, and this is not over. Not yet, anyway. And the ball is moving again. 3-2. A creative look about this. And timed his challenge magnificently. And so into the final 5 minutes. This could finish it! And in all likelihood, that is game over. So little time left for a response. So the current scoreline, 4-2. Well, they've given him too much space. And it crossed the touchline, so a throw in here. Good tackle. And that will be all for this game. Defeat for the...
When you want to get off that darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view, should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. Where when you want to get off that darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, gravity pulls you straight down. Clear
Fill me out with your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out where I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 Bring that beat back.
What is a perfect night for football, the floodlights shining down on the players as we speak. I'm Derek Ray in the commentary position, and I'm joined for analysis by Stuart Robson, and very much looking forward to bringing you action from Serie A. What do you anticipate seeing, Stuart?
Well, thanks, Derek. The best coach I played under would always tell us before kick-off, earn the right to play. If you can win your individual battles, outrun your opponent, eventually you'll get the space to show your ability. I'm sure that's being echoed by the coaches here today.
Can they convert? What a lovely strike! Lethal piece of finishing, drilled home with true conviction. Tremendous goal. And the ball is moving once more. How important will that opening goal prove to be? A super tackle and they've won possession. Dzeko. Good pressure to regain possession. Çalhanoğlu. Well, he stopped them in their tracks. Morata. Well, he's thwarted him almost effortlessly. Dzeko. Matteo Darmian. Perisic. And he's gone and scored to level us again. So the ball is rolling again at 1-1. That's how to dispossess your opponent. Barella. Well, no luck keeping possession. Dybala really is obsessed with taking the game to the opposition, but can they produce from here? Went in strongly, decisively. Struggling to keep the ball. He's got space. Ivan Perisic. The ball with Martinez. And a good-looking ball. Still could be dangerous. Brozovic. Couldn't keep the ball.
Well, the keeper's made a good save, but you just sense a goal is coming soon.
And unable to keep possession. Well, that would be straightforward for any keeper. Brozovic. Dzeko. Now Brozovic. And he read it well defensively. And now Perisic. It was intended for Dzeko. Well, it didn't really work the keeper when all was said and done. Good work to win it back high up the pitch. Well, the threat was very real. Marvellous defending. Will he finish? Oh, yes! It's gone in! And now a chance for them to revel in the moment. So there we have it. 2-1. So the whistle then. We're up the halfway stage in this match. Edin Dzeko has played at such a high level for so many years. And they get the ball rolling in the second half. Inter hold the advantage, but it's a long way from being done and dusted. Alexandro. On the ball, Morata. Bentancur. Alexandro. Great opportunity. And a goalkeeper in great form.
And he's just pulled off an absolutely stunning save there. That is brilliant.
Well, he was being closely watched. Goal kick.
Well, the defender knew he couldn't get to the ball first, but he just did enough to put him off there.
Deserves credit for winning the ball back. In a position from which they could potentially do a bit of damage here. A goal! Real excitement! A back-and-forth type of game. Now they're level. So the ball is running again at 2-all. Çalhanoğlu. Martinez. Perisic. Well, closed down straight away. And a throw-in forthcoming. Çalhanoğlu has eyes for goal. Locatelli. It's with Bentancur. And good pressure high up the pitch. Barella. Can he play it in? Still pushing for the goal that would put them ahead, but not forcing it. Well, not on the target. The keeper seemed to have it covered.
Well, he did seem to have it covered, but it's not a bad effort, though. He really did strike it well.
Morata. Bernardeschi. Excellent vision from Dybala. Well, technically offside, but not by a lot.
Well, that's so tight, isn't it? But on this occasion, he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. Well, Inter have dominated the ball in the last 15 minutes and looked a real threat going forward. But they must take one of these chances while they're having this good period that you do sense it's coming.
And routine for the keeper in the end. The cross far too close to him. Skipping away. Dzeko. And they took a touch on the way through, so a corner here. Fantastic work to thwart the danger. Just 15 minutes remaining. And what can they do to stop him running at them? Dzeko. Well, a goal at this stage could be decisive, but quick thinking defensively.
Well, Inter will probably get one more big chance to win this game. And don't these fans know it? Just listen to this noise.
And now Perisic. He's got to score! And opting for power over placement, but not the desired result. And so into the final 5 minutes. Wonderfully weighted pass. Locatelli. And a goal kick given. And space here on the flank. Inter still on the attack in the game's closing moments. A level contest. And they'll get ready for the throw-in. Martinez. On to Dzeko. Well, it's great when you can rely on your keeper. And there's the referee's whistle. Still all... It is a perfect night for football, the floodlights shining down on the players as we speak. I'm Derek Ray, and adjacent to me in the commentary box is Stuart Robson. And the focus is very much on Serie A, the top division here in Italy. Stuart, what are you expecting to see?
Well, thanks, Derek, as always. The scene is set, two good teams, a great playing surface and a vibrant atmosphere. It has all the ingredients for a really exciting game.
No keeper will mind that sort of corner. The line-up then for the hosts. Wojciech Szczęsny between the posts. Danilo starts with Alexandro as fullbacks. Federico Chiesa starts with Federico Bernardeschi on the flanks.
Oh, look out, Derek, chance here.
Well, they just couldn't make it happen. And the goal disallowed. You can see why. Offside, Stuart.
Yeah, and I think he knew as well. Immediately looked over his shoulder to check for the linesman.
Federico Chiesa. Useful looking ball. Well, quite simply not precise enough from that position. Morata. Not the pass he had in mind. Oh, splendid skill. Well, they've given him too much space. Pulls it back. Oh, a moment of pure class! Unbridled joy for him and the supporters. 1-0 then. Dybala. Chiesa, straight offside, but only just. Abraham, careless in possession. Dybala. Danilo. High quality defending. Well, that is how to play advantage. This could level it. Oh, but the keeper with an important save. How important is that?
Well, he should score from there. That's a wasted opportunity. He should beat the keeper from that sort of distance.
And the flag raised. Offside it is. Retaining possession proving difficult. Defensive efficiency personified. And he's through here. Mkhitaryan, he's finished it. Well, as a defender, you can do as much homework as you like. Sometimes you just can't stop your man. So 2-0 now. A really committed challenge, and it's gone out for a throw-in. Danilo. Morata is up there. But it wasn't quite as good as it looked when it was played over.
Well, the visitors, as you can see, haven't enjoyed the majority of possession, but they've certainly shown an ability to counter-attack when they win it back. I expect more of the same. I think it's been a really good performance from them so far.
Can he find the net? Able to get a body in the way.
Well, these fans can sense an opportunity here. They need to make the most of this corner.
Well, they couldn't take advantage of the chance. Passes like that, very much in his repertoire. He's trying to create something. Well, it took a deflection. That'll be a corner. Well, a bit short with the clearance. Well, they can keep possession of it now. Able to deal with the threat. Well, foul play, says the referee. Bentancur. He's given it away. Well, the managers will now deliver their... The teams are ready to have a go at each other again as the second half commences. And behind it's gone for a corner. Trying to pick out a teammate. Can he put it away? He's given it straight to the opposition. Bentancur. Locatelli. And take it away. Mkhitaryan. He read the situation defensively and did his job. Well, they're on the scent of something positive. He's in with a chance. That really would have changed the equation had it gone in, Stuart.
Well, he needed to score there. That may just have given them some hope.
Well, you've got to keep the ball a bit better than that. Morata. Dybala. And he did well to cut it out. Tammy Abraham. A fine reading of the situation. And the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack. This looks threatening. Chiesa. Now showing excellent judgment to intercept. Dybala. Oh, he looks threatening. Well, danger averted thanks to his teammate. 20 minutes to go in this one. Real chance. Well, a badly timed run, just a fraction offside.
Well, as you can see, the hosts have had most of the ball, but their attacking play hasn't been good enough so far. There's been too many safe passes and no real penetration. They certainly need to up the tempo if they're going to get back into this one.
Breaking at pace. Really nice ball. Well, that was a terrific attack, but they'll be disappointed about the way it ended.
Well, it's good play. They force the error, break forward quickly and create the opening. However, the finish didn't match the rest of it.
And a strong tackle. And play halted, free kick given. Just 10 minutes to go. Well, possibilities in the centre. Simple for the keeper. So the final whistle almost upon us, and this is not exactly what the home fans had in mind when they arrived at the ground today, Stuart.
Well, they've had no defensive game plan today. The forwards haven't pressed the ball. The midfield players have been outnumbered, and there is too much space between the defenders at the back. That's been the problem.
Good defending. Dybala. Can they hit on the break? But it fizzles out thanks to that piece of defending. Well, they might be onto something. And running in behind. And a goal to put the final stamp on it. That will do it. And there goes the final whistle. It's got...
sees my own silhouette.
Playing the ball forward and regaining possession as quickly as possible. Hopefully we get a really good game here.
Shalanolu cuts it back. Dzeko. Well, the keeper has outdone himself. Wonderful save. Mkhitaryan. Here's Cristante. Great opportunity. Well, that effort was always going wide. He's not going to be best pleased with himself. Given away by Inter. Might take the lead. Oh, he's missed the chance to open the scoring.
Well, that would have been a great start to the game, but that's a bad miss.
Barella. Matteo Darmian. Extremely sloppy in possession. Well, on you go, says the referee. Advantage. Barella. Decent position. It's there for him. Oh, incredible save, and he snuffed out any sign of danger. Promising position, this. They might be able to get in now. Well, not cleared away completely. Abraham. On the ball, Zaniolo. Well-timed tackle. Dzeko. Well, that is how to run at defenders. Well, making high pressing work for them here. Well, they'll be happy to have regained possession. Well, attacking possibilities for the Nerazzurri. Well, they've won the ball back quickly. And a body in the way. Brian Cristante. Cristante. That's a routine take. And they need to get tighter here. Must take the lead here. And they have. You've got to say, it has been coming. So the match has restarted. 1-0 here. And a really single-minded piece of defending to make sure nothing untoward happened. Well, inching towards the break. Inter in front here. Stuart, what have you made of what you've seen from them?
Well, they've worked hard and played well to be in front here, but they now need to keep their focus as we approach half-time.
Oh, big opportunity! And it goes! 2 goals in rapid-fire fashion, and looking very comfortable here. Well, a second goal for them here. Pellegrini. Mkhitaryan. And that's sound goalkeeping to hang on to the shot like that. Ball from the keeper, and they'll come again. Dzeko. The ball with Martinez. Perisic. Well, not the touch on the ball he wanted, and a goal kick to come. Well, there is going to be stoppage time, but only the 1 minute. That is that for the first half. And back in business here. It was a dominant performance from Inter in the first 45. What will the second half have in store for us? Useful looking position, you've got to say. But they took care of the situation defensively. Mkhitaryan. And brave goalkeeping to deal with the danger.
Well, he had to get that right, didn't he? That's good goalkeeping.
Counter-attacking, very much an option. Dzeko in position. Well, well, well. How many players would have the confidence to try that? Simply magnificent. This is looking rather comfortable for them. 3-0. Henrik Mkhitaryan. And this is Brozovic. Just the clearance that was called for. Keen to take it short here. Well, the keeper had plenty to think about with bodies around him. He's in with a chance. Might still be able to do a bit of damage. And there it is! An almost intuitive piece of finishing. So the ball is moving again. We've been treated to 4 goals. 3-1 the score. So a throw in here. Çalhanoğlu. Oh, what an opportunity. Dzeko. Well, it looked so promising, but a goal kicked the outcome. And very deftly cut out. "20 minutes to go in this one. And he takes on the shot. And an attempt best forgotten, I think.
Well, Inter, as you can see, have had most of the ball, and they've made good use of it. They really have played some good attacking football, and they look like scoring more.
High quality defending. Çalhanoğlu. And giving it away. Brian Cristante. Now what can they do from here? And this situation could be dangerous. Oh, that's a really good run. Putting his body on the line. 10 minutes to go. And the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack. Plays it back. And a goal to settle the issue once and for all. Well, if there were any lingering doubts about the outcome, surely they now have been removed. Dzeko. He's got the right idea with that pass. Well, he gave it quite the whack, but not on target. And smart defending. If you're wondering about stoppage time, 1 minute to be added on. And there it is, a goal, but will it be purely a consolation? And that will be all for this game anyway. And a warm welcome on what is an ideal night for football, you've got to say. I'm Derek Ray on the commentary gantry, and sharing duties with me today, Stuart Robson. And very much looking forward to bringing you action from Serie A. Stuart, how do you see this one going?
Thanks, Derek. Well, often we talk about the tactics.
Can he put it away? Well, the keeper had a lot to do.
Well, it's a great piece of goalkeeping. So quick off his line.
The lineup then for the hosts. Wojciech Szczęsny begins in goal. Giorgio Chiellini starts alongside Leonardo Bonucci in central defence. Federico Bernardeschi plays with Federico Chiesa on the flanks. And Morata is the main striker for this match. And quite simply wide of the target. Çalhanoğlu. Well, we're certainly huge admirers of Federico Bernardeschi, and Stuart, what role might he play in this game?
Well, Derek, we know he loves linking up with other players, but it's when he's in and around the penalty area, that's when he's at his most dangerous, when he plays little one-twos around his marker and then plays the next forward pass into a runner. He could be the key to unlocking this defence.
And fed forwards. Brilliant save. Growing pressure here, and another corner. Played in by Brozovic. Can they stop it going in? Dzeko. He'll be breathing a sigh of relief. Ball one. Might be able to produce from this position. Chiesa. Now Brozovic. Well, they'll be a bit annoyed to have lost the ball. Dybala really is obsessed with taking the game to the opposition. But can they produce from here? Brozovic. Still on level terms, moving the ball nicely. Oh, incredible save, and he snuffed out the danger. Bentancur. Morata. Well, he successfully got past him. Not what he was intending. Bad pass. Locatelli. Firing it in. And using his body to good effect. Promising attack, this. Well, visionary passing. An opportunity to forge ahead from this corner situation.
Well, just listen to these fans. They're urging their team to score here and take the lead.
Well, he was being closely watched. Goal kick.
Well, the defender knew he couldn't get to the ball first, but he just did enough to put him off there.
Martinez. Extremely sloppy in possession. Federico Chiesa. Dybala. And Morata's in the vicinity. He got a good palm on it. Oh, what's he gone and done? Oh, he's put it just a fraction wide of the post. Poor pass. Locatelli. On to Morata. Locatelli. Bentancur with it. Every pass hitting its target. Morata. Oh, a vital interception. A chance then. As anticipated, plenty of talking points so far. And now the second half is underway. Bernardeschi. Tremendous challenge. Careless in possession. Definitely look as though they want to make this move count. But a good piece of defending to bring it to an end. Well, let's see what they have in store for them on the break. Perisic. A goal! Inter take the lead in the derby. A real jolt to the home fans. And the ball is moving once more. How important will that opening goal prove to be? And space to attack. And there's the feed into the box. Oh, tremendous header that time. But the goalkeeper was there. They take it short. Body on the line. Gorgeous ball from Dybala. Just unable to take advantage of that developing situation.
Well, as you can see, Inter had much less of the ball, but their speed of attack when they win the ball back has been breathtaking. It's been a really good performance from them so far.
Morata. Now Dybala. And dispossessed. And running through to the keeper. Now can they counter clinically? All hands on deck. And a goal! They're going to take some stopping now. Two in front here. Well, a second goal for them here.
Si ricorda al pubblico che l'abbonamento stagionale è disponibile nella biglietteria dello stadio con un forte sconto.
Dzeko. And the attack looks promising. Dzeko. And a timely intervention. Dybala. Possession lost. Bentancur. Superbly read and executed. Martinez. Barella has it. Damian. An incisive pass. Well, the post got in the way. And both hands on it. Good goalkeeping. Dybala. Just 10 minutes to go. Effective pressure to regain possession. Çalhanoğlu. Oh, good vision. Well, well, well. How many players would have the confidence to try that? Simply magnificent. This is looking rather comfortable for them. 3-0. Morata. It's a perfect challenge. Dzeko. Well, just couldn't keep the ball. 1 minute of stoppage time has been added on. And there it is, the final whistle. Not what the home fans were hoping.
So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I surrender it. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint
And good evening on what is a perfect night for football. The floodlights shining down on the players as we speak. My name is Derek Ray, excited to be bringing you match commentary. And alongside me, my broadcasting partner, Stuart Robson. And the focus is very much on Serie A, the top division here in Italy. Stuart, your expectations?
Well, Derek, as is always the case, the team that dominates midfield will be the team that controls the flow of the game. And that, for me, is the area that's key today.
In it goes! An early opening statement in this match. And look at the celebrations. Well, back underway, and 1-0 it is. Let's see what happens next. Abraham. In it goes! 2 goals in rapid-fire fashion, and looking very comfortable here. So 2-0 now. Splendid tackle, and a throw-in coming up. And space for them here on the flank. And Morata's in the vicinity. Not all that convincing defensively. Well, threat averted. And a fine cross. Not the best clearance. Dybala. The ball with Chiesa. Able to skip past his man. And clears his lines. Bernardeschi. It's with Bentancur. And just offside, but by a whisker, my goodness. Abraham. Just cutting off the supply. Morata. Ball with Danilo. Can they trouble the opposition this time? Fed over towards the back post. And still dangerous. Chiesa. Tremendously strong in the tackle. Brian Cristante. Oh, a nice looking pass. A goal! Another one! It's turning into an absolute demolition job. Is this going to be a thrashing? 3-0 now. Into the advanced position. And snuffing out the danger. Well, that's how to break the spirit of the attacker. Morata. He read the situation defensively and did his job. And a throw-in it's going to be. Morata. And it's a quality pass. And never quite had the header on the target. As clean as a whistle, that challenge. Tremendous ball played through. Oh, and that is an audacious chip. Well, he might smile. The goalkeeper has no interest in smiling. Well, you've got to say, an incredible first-half performance. That scoreline tells you all you need to know. And this time it's in! Fabulous goal! And just look at the celebrations. And on the back of that particular challenge, will the referee let the matter rest there? Bernardeschi to thread it. Dybala. High degree of difficulty to hit it on the volley like that, and it was close.
Well, his skill level is so high, you're absolutely right. That's a great effort on the volley.
And the whistle is sounded for... Plenty to consider based on what we've seen so far as the second half begins. Abraham. Oh, a tremendous block. Off the post and back in play. Not away completely. A very good tackle. Oh, good-looking run. And lining it up. Well, there's a keeper on song.
Well, how did he stop that? That's just unbelievable.
He's driven in the corner. And you don't want to lose possession there. Able to get a body in the way. Well, smuggled behind for another corner. Who's going to get on the end of it? Danger averted for now. Good pressure to win the ball back high up the pitch. Well, a crucial intervention inside the box. Could be a chance to break here. Morata. And into the clutches of the goalkeeper. Well, we have 30 minutes to go. And he's broken free. And he's only gone and made it a hat-trick. Absolutely unplayable today. What a performance. Oh, left his man behind here. A glut of goals. 5-1 it is. Dybala. Excellent assessment of the situation at the back. Pellegrini. Well, let's see if something comes of this. He's managed to get in behind. He's gone and found the net. Brilliant piece of finishing. Magnificent goal. The ball rolling again in what has been an utterly one-sided match. Into the final 20 minutes. Locatelli. Bentancur with it. Well, nicely cut out. Oh, that's an interesting pass. Oh, yes! A goal! Exactly what they were looking for, and he's come up with it. And the referee is quite rightly letting it go. Deserves credit for winning the ball back. Locatelli. Bernardeschi. Well, high and more than a bit hopeful. Henrik Mkhitaryan. Abraham. Abraham! Really good diving stop to make sure the threat came to nothing. Now sending it in. Still not clear. A very good tackle. Nicely cut out. And a throw-in it's going to be. So 1 minute of stoppage time, that's what the officials have said. Illegal play, and hence a free kick. And that is that. The referee blows his whistle.
But gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground,
your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out where I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 I'm safe and
A good game, great atmosphere inside the stadium. We've got two teams full of quality, some interesting matchups, and two coaches that want to play an attractive brand of football. What more could you ask for?
Well, attacking possibilities for the Nerazzurri. Çalhanoğlu. Alert defending. And a look at the Inter team. Samir Handanovic gets the nod in goal. Milan Skriniar plays alongside Stefan de Vrij in central defence. Hakan Çalhanoğlu starts alongside Marcelo Brozovic in the centre of midfield. And Edin Dzeko starts alongside Lautaro Martinez. Dzeko. So a throw in here. And introducing the visitors lineup today. Rui Patricio stands between the posts. Brian Cristante plays with Lorenzo Pellegrini in central midfield. And the story in attack is one of a strike partnership. Martinez couldn't hang on to it. Chance to run at them. Mkhitaryan waiting. Well, he failed to get... Can they forge ahead? They do! And you've got to say they're good value for the lead.
Con il numero 77.
Well, back underway here, and that really should shake up Inter a bit, you would think. Well, he had to read it and get there, and did. Delightful pass. Superb save.
Well, he should score, of course, but that's a brilliant save.
Corner kick played in. It didn't happen for them. El Shaarawy. Well, no luck keeping possession. High quality defending. Çalhanoğlu. Perisic.
Well, the away side haven't bossed the possession, as you can see, but their speed of attack when they win the ball back has been breathtaking. It's been a really good performance from them so far.
Well, the keeper reacted magnificently. Ivan Perisic. Nicolo Zaniolo. Possession changes hands, the interception there. Might be able to set up the chance. And the keeper won't be complaining about that cross, poor quality. Brian Cristante. Not a great pass. So half-time fast approaching, and Inter with a bit of work to do, you've got to say. Stuart, how would you sum up their first half showing?
Well, they've not had quite enough purpose to their attacking play so far. It's all been a bit too predictable. But in the second half, if they can get more support to their strikers and...
The teams are ready to have a go at each other again as the second half commences. Using all his defensive acumen to cut it out. Well, he needed to read it to get there, and did. Well, Henrik Mkhitaryan in the first half, you might say, Stuart, playing like a man possessed.
Well, Derek, he took his goal well and was a constant threat throughout that first half.
Oh, Stuart, they must score! Oh, it's in! A two-goal cushion now, and the lead fully merited.
Con il numero 92.
So 2-0 now.
Shaarawy.
Pellegrini. On to Abraham. And given away. El Shaarawy. A very timely interception. Nice and easy for the keeper. And into the clutches of the goalkeeper. And the quality of pass needs to be a bit better. And the emphasis is on creativity. Brozovic. Barella has it. Throw-ins given. Intercepting it intelligently. El Shaarawy. Not a bad ball. Oh, a moment of pure class! Unbridled joy for him and the supporters. This is looking rather comfortable for them. 3-0. It should be. Oh, right in the nick of time. Well, we're inside the final quarter of an hour now. Great opportunity. Nicely saved. Well, in the final phase of this game, and we know, Stuart, Inter can play an awful lot better than this.
Well, where do I start? They've been totally outplayed in all areas of the pitch, but it's their defending that's really been poor today. No structure, too open, not enough desire, and a lack of urgency. This is a worrying performance.
Giving the ball away. Now a decent position. Oh, they've lost it. And so into the final 5 minutes. Dzeko. And he read it superbly. Dzeko. Oh, surely. Superb stop. Nicolo Zaniolo. Decent progress with the ball at his feet. And the referee blows his whistle, and it brings...